everybody, Amanda here, and welcome to day 1 of my postnatal series. Today's workout is going to be all body weight. We're going to start nice and slow. We're going to go gentle in today's workout as well. We want to ease back into our fitness routine after having a baby. It took 9 months for our body to completely change, all the organs move out the way and produce a human. So be kind to your body. 9 months isn't that long when you think about it. So be nice and gentle. We're going to start slow. We're going to really start rebuilding our bodies from the inside. So that deep core muscles, we're going to be working on that. So it's going to be a lot about our mind-body connection as well. So we want to slow down the workouts and really think about what kind of muscles we're using at that time. I'm really excited for this series and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get started. All right, so let's bring it down onto the mat. We're gonna start with what we call a bird dog. So we're gonna have our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees under our hips. You wanna dig in those toes onto the mat. From here, we're gonna pull in that belly button. So think about pulling it in. We don't wanna have an arch in that back. So we don't wanna be in like this position. It should feel like you're rounding, but really we're just in this neutral spine. So we're all nice and tight in the belly. And we're gonna lift up one knee and then just extend it back. Making sure that we're keeping that hip facing down. We don't want to be opening up for this one. So we're just driving that foot back and then extending the other leg. So you can either keep it here, just keep extending one leg at a time, nice and slow, and keeping that belly button pulled in. We're keeping our core nice and tight, or you can add in that other hand. So we're going to do opposite hand to foot. And we're going to be nice and long. So really reaching. You'll notice I'm not opening up on this one. And I'm reaching long. I'm not hyperextending because now I've lost that connection with my belly. So we're extending. Thinking long. Push through that heel as well. That helps too. So keeping that core engaged. Really think about that belly button and pulling it in. That's it. We're going to do just a couple more, just waking up. Really think about that belly button and keeping the core engaged. That's what this is about at the moment, is really just getting into engaging that core and getting that mind-body connection again. So from here, we're going to have a high plank. So coming into that high plank, feet are wide, and we're going to hinge back. So pushing into those hands. You can always drop to the knees if you need to, push back, and then pushing forward. So from here again, you can either stay on your knees or you can bring it to your toes. So just stay whatever feels comfortable for you. Again, we want to go nice and slow in the beginning, taking it easy, and gradually throughout this series, we're going to get a little bit more challenging. Just slowly building our bodies back up. That's it. So sinking back. All right, let's drop those knees. We're going to come up to our feet. Swing up. We're going to have our feet stacked under those hips. From here, we're just going to hinge forward, reaching towards the toes on that mat, and knees are soft. We're going to walk those hands out into a high plank position. Nice and straight, and then walking them back. And that's it. We're going to do this just a few times. So let's be here for about 30 seconds. So nice and slow. We're not doing this fast. You can think about that. So we don't want to be in this position as well. I want to have a nice straight. Pull those shoulders away from your ears and walking it back. Again, when we come to that high plank, be mindful of that core. We don't want to let those hips dip down. We want to be nice and neutral. All right, so this time we're going to come to our belly and bring it into our Superman or swimmer. So from here, arms are above, feet are nice and straight. You can rest your head on your mat as well if you want to, but we're just going to raise up opposite hand to foot, and thumb is going to point up. We're going to gently keep switching sides, and it's not a big movement either. You'll notice that I'm only just hovering off the floor I'm not doing like a big wide movement up. I'm just going nice and slow with it. So squeeze that belly button in again, keeping that belly engaged. You're going to feel this one a little bit in the back as well. All in that core. That's it. Some nice big deep breaths as well. That's it. And we're going to roll over onto our back. So we're going to come into what's called a dead bug. So from here, feet, we're going to bring these up. So our knees are stacked over our hips and our heels. We're in like a 90-degree angle. Now we want to really pull that belly button in. So that little arch in your low back, get rid of it. So put those hands there behind your back if you need to and push into it. Squeeze that belly, and then we're going to extend out one foot. We're going to hover that heel just over the floor. So extend it out. That's it. Just hovering it. You can gently tap and bring it back so that you know you're getting that full extension. And think again about that back. Is it pushing it into your hands? Don't lose your connection. Nice big deep breaths. You got it. That's it. Keep pushing into those hands. All right, let's bring those feet down. We're going to have a glute bridge. So once we're going to have those heels, you're going to pull them toward you as much as you can. So try and touch your fingers against them. You don't want to have, again, your ankles in line with your hips. Just a nice neutral position with those feet. Again, pulling in that belly button. So get rid of that gap and keep that tension. You put your hands on your belly, feel that tension. And then we're going to push into the heels, squeeze your glute, rise up, pause, exhale, lower down. Again, make sure you're getting rid of that gap, squeeze. That's it, exhale all the way down. Squeeze that belly. Now make sure that we're not in the quads. You're going to feel a little bit in those quads. If you're out here with your feet, it's all quads. So make sure that you bring your heels in as far as you can up towards you and really engage those glutes. Again, keeping that core nice and engaged. Squeeze. You may have to rethink about it every time you come back down. And be careful that you're not hyperextending as well. So it's very common for people to really push up their hips. You just want a neutral position. Don't go crazy with it. Okay, last one. All right, staying in this position. We're going to keep again, get rid of that gap. So pull that belly in, keep it tight. We're going to bring our hands up by those ears, or you can bring them apart here and just gently lifting up the head. So just lift up the head just a little bit. Now, depending on where you were before having your baby or before pregnancy, maybe you can come up a little higher. The important thing is that you just engage that core. Don't overdo it. It's day one. Don't worry. We'll get to those crunches again, but at the moment, we're just working on nice and slow. That's it. Keeping that core. And hold on to your belly. Lifting up. Squeeze, pull in. That's it. We'll do two more. And last one. Okay. So we're going to have side position, side plank. So get nice and straight first. Elbows are going to be underneath that shoulder. And we're going to bend the bottom knee. So we're going to start slow, keeping in this lower position. And then we're going to drive up the hip. Pause at the top, nice and controlled on the way down. Dip, push. As we come down, just tap and drive it up. So don't come to a complete rest. Try and hold it a little bit and push up. Making sure, again, hips facing forward. pretty common for people to push like this. Not what we're looking to do. So make sure that you're not looking at your arm and that you're looking forward instead. So look straight ahead. And those hips are pointing straight. One more, we're gonna switch sides. All right, switching over. Let's get straight first, elbows stacked, bend the knee, and here we go. Again, we're just tapping the floor with the hip, keeping that core engaged. That's it, you hear it every exercise. Every exercise is a core exercise, even walking. Our core muscles are what stabilize our spine. It's not just those six-pack. A lot more to our core than having abs. All right, let's gently bring that one down. All right, so we're gonna have some post lunges. Let's just grab some water. If you're breastfeeding, always make sure that you're drinking lots and lots of water. Easy to get dehydrated. And if you're not breastfeeding, you should still be drinking lots of water. Okay, so what we're gonna have is some lunges, we're gonna have some in and out, and we're gonna have some squats. We're gonna do 45 seconds of each of them. Not very good with time, so it might not be perfect. We're gonna be doing it. We'll do it 2 times through. So we're gonna start with a post lunge. So for lunges, you wanna have your feet, again, they wanna be in that hip width position. So stepping it back, we don't want to be walking on a tightrope, and we're going to sink down and let's go. So straight into it, into that pulse. Your knee should be fairly stacked over your foot. We don't want to be too far forward, put so much pressure on your knee. Ooh, I'm wobbling, I'm not engaging. So again, you need to squeeze that core. Lunges are a big core exercise. We always think that they're more in the legs. Just the foot a bit. That's it. We've got 5 more seconds. And we're going to switch legs. All right. Step it up, the leg, and straight into it. No rest. Again, we want to keep that belly button pulled in. So hands on your belly. Notice I'm putting my hands on my belly. Trying to make sure I engage in the whole time. I'm wobbling though, you can see me wobble. Think about having a nice big deep breath all the way into that belly. That's it, 10 seconds. Feels longer on this side. Maybe I messed up my time. One more. All right, shake out those legs. Okay, we're gonna do an in and an out. Easiest one for this thing to vision. Imagine you have a circle or a square, 2 feet in, and then 2 feet out, and that's it. So we're gonna jump those feet in and out, and again, it's gonna be 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. So getting those feet in and out. Again, you can go at your own pace for this one. Make sure those shoulders are back and down. We don't want to be hunched over. We're hunched over a lot, especially with that new baby. We're either feeding the baby, or we're changing the baby, or we're getting them out of the car. We're always hunched over. So always think about getting those shoulders back and down. That's it. Okay, you got this. Let's speed it up a little bit. 10 seconds, and then we're going to go straight into a body weight squat. All right, let's set those feet a little wider than those hips. Chest is up, and here we go. Sink down. Feet should be flat. We don't want to be on those toes. We don't want to be on those heels. So sink it back. And really driving into the ground. So when we're down, we're pushing into our feet. As we're coming down, we're sinking back in those hips and drive it up. So inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. 5 seconds. We'll shake it out. All right, last one. Shake it out. Mat's all moved off. Okay, so we'll just do those 3 exercises one more time. We're going to start with those lunges, post lunges. Uh-oh, my timer went off. Oh, there we go. All right, going back into those post lunges. And here we go. So sinking straight down. Again, you want to keep that core engaged. So really think about that belly, keeping it nice and tight. That's it. Making sure that we're not overextending the knee and it's just stacked over that foot nicely. If you're wobbling, you got to squeeze a little tighter on the belly. Or maybe you're walking a tightrope with your feet. So think about train tracks, not a tightrope. Switch legs. And again, right into it. Roll those shoulders back. Nice and proud through the chest. Whoop, wobble. You got it. Keep it going. I know my legs are burning. 5 seconds. We'll shake it out before that in and out. All right. Whew. All right. We're going to have that in and out. And again, going at that your own pace. So imagining that we have that circle. In, and then out, out. All right. And 2, 1. All right, here we go. So in and out. And again, remember, we're keeping our chest up. Shoulders are back and down. You want them away from your ears. And again, you know it. Squeeze that core. Focus on that nice deep breathing all the way into your belly. Being light on those toes. 3, 2, 1. All right, shake it out. All right, we're going to go right into that squat. Feet a little wider than those hips. Let's go. Straight down and push. So standing up nice and tall. I think I cut that in and out short, didn't I? That's all right. We'll make up for it with a little finisher. Again, think about those feet. Are you equal in your foot? Are you all on your toes? If you're all on your toes, and just sink back in those hips a little bit as we come down. That's it. Spread those toes nice and wide. Also helps with keeping you nice and grounded. Drive those knees out as well. Making sure that we're not collapsing the knees. We're pushing them out. Keep that chest up. All right, we're almost there. So let's hold, let's see, maybe 30 seconds. Let's finish with a nice little squat hold. Ready? Shake out those legs real quick, 5 seconds. All right, get those feet ready. Chest up. Here we go. Sink back, keep the chest up, flat on those feet. Keep that core engaged. Now we're going to focus on some breathing. 15 seconds. That's it. It's all over. Day 1 done. That's it. You got it. Focus on breathing. Woo! All right. And there we go. Shake it out. Good job. Day 1 done. No problem. We're going to have 2 more days on this week of the body weight stuff, and then we're going to gradually add in some weights and some other things in week 2. So again, we started off nice and slow today. We're gonna build on it each day. All right, let's get ready for some stretches. So we're gonna start with a quad stretch. So just hold on to something, chair, wall, stand up tall. Again, pull those shoulders back and down. Keeping those knees together. We don't want the knees open. Stand up tall and think about pushing that hip forward as well. Feel that all in the front of that leg. And switch, other leg. That's it, stand up tall. Relax those shoulders. Nice deep breathe in. All right, release that one. We're gonna come down on the floor, seated position. Get those hamstrings. So we'll sit up nice and tall, feet together. Again, shoulders back. And then just hinging forward. So think about hinging from your hips and not about rounding and reaching. We don't need to round. We're just hinging forward. We're focusing on that stretch in the back of the legs. So I hope you enjoyed day 1 today. You can write a little comment down below. Let me know what you think. All right, gently coming up, we're gonna bring those feet together. Knees out nice and wide in that butterfly position. That's it, relax those knees. Oh, it's good timing, I can hear Acha. Last one we're going to finish with a child's pose. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you know when the next videos are up. Toes together, knees nice and wide, walk those hands away, and we're going to sink back, relax that forehead. So sink back with those hips and walk those hands away. You feel that nice stretch all down the spine. Nice steady breathing. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.